Hi guys, Danny here. Today we're looking at the SQ13. This is advertised as a dash cam / action camera. As you can see, it's very compact in size, and this is definitely an upgrade from the previous model, the SQ12. We're going to do an in-depth review. I'm going to show you all of its features, how to set it up, and I'll also be unboxing it for you. If you'd like to buy this product, you can find the link down in the description. Be sure to check that out because I'll see if I can find some coupon codes for you. This may be a slightly long video, so what I'll do is I'll put a timeline down below and you can skip to which part of the video that most suits what you are looking for. Let's jump straight to it.
This product comes in a nice, neat little package. You'll see on the back straight away that it doesn't record in H.264 as it states on its website, which is a bit of a shame. You do get a user manual which is in Chinese and also English. The translations are a little bit sketchy. First, let's take a look at the camera, of course. First of all, I'd like to say I really like the new design of the upgraded model. It feels a lot more premium as it has a metal shell around the outside. It still is plastic on the front where the camera is and on the back, but the metal housing makes the product feel a lot more premium, and the price is still fairly low, so it definitely feels like you're getting a pretty good deal in that aspect. You can see there is also more LED indicators on the top. Got our micro SD card slot on the side. The charging port has been changed to a micro USB, which I much prefer because these cables are a lot more common. The stand or mount that comes with the camera is a lot better than the previous versions. It basically is a little stand that has a magnet attached to it. There is also a magnet inside the camera, so they simply click together, and it actually is quite stable. I set this down a few times and used it to record a lot of my footage that you'll see in this video. The little magnetic ring does also pull off. Of course, we also have our charging cable, which enables you to use this device as a webcam, which I'll be showing you later on in the video. The micro SD slot is the style that clicks into place. It is nice and snug, and it doesn't stick too far out of the body. It does feel secure. Getting into different camera modes can be a little bit confusing, so I'm just going to show you how to do this. To turn on the camera, of course, you hold the power button and then you'll see the red light comes on. It does seem to blink once and then it will stay lit. To take a photo, simply hit the power button and you'll see the camera icon will flash blue and then the red icon will come back on. To put the camera into Wi-Fi mode, you hold the mode button for 2 seconds. You'll then see the Wi-Fi LED lights up green. From here you can connect to the device using your smartphone. I'll show you this in just a moment. To turn Wi-Fi off, you simply do the same thing. To record video, you press the mode button for 1 second. You'll then see the video LED will start blinking blue. When you want to stop your video, just hit the mode button again. To put the camera into night vision mode, put the camera into recording, hold the mode button for about 2 seconds. You'll see this little yellow LED will turn on. You'll then see that night vision has been turned on. Please note, you won't see this with your naked eye. This is only picked up by my camera. You won't see these LEDs turned on when you actually have the camera in night vision mode, so please bear that in mind. This camera doesn't come with motion detection mode, which is a bit of a shame because I know some of you used it in the previous model. Hopefully this is something they can add in maybe a firmware update, but I'm not sure about that. When the device is charging, the red LED will blink. When it's fully charged, it will stay solid red. Here's a quick look at the size difference between the SQ12 on the left and the SQ13 on the right. I think the increased size is probably due to the added Wi-Fi module, and I don't think this is a bad sacrifice because the Wi-Fi I found really useful. Here's a look at the app that you use to control the camera over Wi-Fi. There's several options you can change in here, such as the resolution you're recording at, as well as the loop recording, which is how many minutes your files are split into. You can choose to record audio, whether you want a date stamp on your video recording as well. So there's a few other options in here. What took my interest was there also appears to be a section where you can update the camera's firmware. This is very interesting because hopefully we can see some improvements in the future to this camera and its software. I was really surprised how responsive the feed was for this camera. As it was so small, I thought it was going to be very laggy, but this wasn't something I experienced. I have experienced this in much more expensive action cameras, so this was really nice to see. On the right at the top, you have the battery life of the camera. Then beneath that, you have the micro SD card and how much space is left. So you have a pane on the left and on the right. The difference is if you take pictures or video to the left, it will be saved to your phone. This will be in a lower quality as you're simply taking stills or video from the Wi-Fi feed. If you use the pane on the right, this will go directly to your micro SD, so you'll get better quality footage. Once you've done this, you can then look at the files that you've saved. Here's where things get interesting. You have an option to have a preview of the file, or you can also download it directly to your phone. I don't recommend this, however. It's really nice with the options there, but it's extremely slow. Even for a small file, it will take you a few minutes to download it to your phone. So it's nice that we have the option, but it doesn't work very well. I decided to do a Wi-Fi range test, so I set the camera down and then proceeded to walk down my garden and see what the feed looked like. You can see that straight away it does struggle a little bit, but I was still quite surprised how far away I was able to get from the camera. You will definitely have problems if you want to set this down and try fiddling with it from far away, but you can see it does work. It struggles, but I was still surprised that I was able to get this far away from the camera anyway.
Hey guys, this is Danny here. I'm doing a audio and video test for the SQ12. This should be in 1080p. I want to do an audio test to see how clear the audio is for my voice. So hopefully this comes out pretty good.
I had one major issue with this camera, and that was that the audio did not seem to be picked up very well at all. The only way I was able to make this hearable was to boost the volume massively. That's why you can hear some static and some noise in the background. Here's what it sounds like without the audio boosted at all.
Hey guys, this is Danny here. I'm doing a audio and video test for the SQ12. This should be in 1080p. I want to do an audio test to see how clear the audio is for my voice. So hopefully this comes out pretty good.
Using the camera as a dash cam works pretty well, although you will need to have quite a big micro SD if you're going to be recording continuously. You'll also need to connect this to a power source so you can charge and record at the same time. The car mount actually performed better than I thought it would. Going over bumps and also going around corners too fast does cause the camera to move around a little bit, but I'm pretty sure you could come up with something a little bit better if you were seriously thinking of using this as a dash cam yourself. Here's another test I like to perform with cameras to see how well their frame rate holds up to a fast moving rope. I'm sure there's some of you that will probably be using this camera for RC stuff, so I thought I would show you a little bit of footage where I strapped the camera to my drone. Night vision mode does indeed work at short distances. Here's me in a completely dark room. I turn on night vision, you can see me pretty clearly. Here are some photos from the camera.
Overall, I've been really impressed with this camera. I did have the audio issues, which were a bit of a pain. I'm hoping this can be fixed in a firmware update because I don't actually think this is a problem with the model that I have myself. Hopefully it is. We'll have to wait for some other reviews to come out to see if this is just a problem with my unit. There doesn't seem to be any microphone holes in this camera though, so I'm wondering if they made a bit of a design issue there. But other than that, I was really surprised how well this camera performed. The video quality is pretty similar to the SQ12. I would say maybe it's slightly better, but I don't really think it's very noticeable. It's a bit of a shame that they removed motion detection. I can't say this is a feature that I used myself or can imagine a lot of people use, but I could be wrong there. Taking a feature away, it seems a little bit silly. I'm not sure why they took that out, but hopefully it's something they can add in a future update. I much prefer this design to the previous model. It feels a lot better in the hand and a lot more sturdy. The night vision also worked pretty well among all the other features in this camera. The fact that you can connect to this using Wi-Fi and this thing is so cheap, I think it's hard to go wrong with this product, especially knowing what you're getting yourself in for. I have no problems recommending this camera, but I would say you need to be cautious of the audio problem I had. I would wait until you see a couple more reviews. If this seems to be just a problem with my unit, then I would definitely say this is worth a buy. If this is a common problem, then you need to decide whether audio is going to be really important for you. I think for what a lot of people will be using this for, it's not going to be a deal breaker, but if you're going to be using this as something like an action camera, I think it definitely will be. As always, if you'd like to buy this product, I'll put a link down in the description for you. I really hope you enjoyed the video, guys. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing for more videos like this one. And of course, I will see you in the next one.